what lays beneath the shroud here? What have we got under this old girl? Eh? What lays beneath? Can anyone guess what we got here? Another one of the son's cars. I've been tasked with pulling it off. Well, I want to get it running first. It hasn't run for nearly a year. And then we're going to start pulling some parts off it and sending them over to NZ, because he's actually bought another one of these in New Zealand. We're car crazy people, aren't we? I denied that initially, but I think it's pretty obvious now. Anyway, so I'm going to peel the cover off, check what I need, because it won't start. I'm going to check what I need. It might be a main fuse. Go and get that, and then we'll get this thing fired up. Maybe. Okay. So you might be wondering, what the hell? It's red and grey. That's the original body. And we bought some panels. We bought a whole spare car for some parts. I did try and paint this several years ago, and I did the paint job pretty well, but the top coat, we used rattle can clear, and it never hardened and literally just destroyed the paint. So over the time, we put pieces off the red car onto the grey car. Okay, full leather interior. Oh, steering lock for stealing. So we have to get a number of parts off this, but we've got to try and get it started. So, smells like tyres. Look, parts, shit everywhere. So I want to get it running first, and then we're going to strip out parts. We need the dash, speedo and speedo cable. He wants the head unit and the electric window switch. They always break on the buttons here. Okay. Some animals have been living on here, I'd say. So this is it looks identical to the 1.8. They all look the same, but this has got a bigger bore and stroke. It's a 2.5. So I've got to find a main fuse somewhere. Main, there we go, look, main. So we need to get this off and have a look. Okay, we have got it out. Old, rattly and noisy. Nice new one. So let's go and put this in, and then we'll have to put the charger on the car and see if she fires up. All right. Put the screws in. Okay. All right, lift up. This back down. Okay, that's done. Bend this back into place. Sorry, bottle. Let's see if it starts. All right, so we have no power, obviously. The battery's been dead. All right, I'm gonna go grab my jumper pack and see if we can get it started. All right, let's see if this starts. See if it's got power. No. Okay, we have battery from the black Saab. I tried to charge the battery off this car, but it kept coming up with a charge error, so obviously it was fried. So now I've put the brand new battery off the Saab on here, and I can hear it's got power, so let's see if we can start it. All right. Yeah, baby. I'm going to pump that up with some air and then take this for a quick spin. Beautiful. So it was the main main fuse was gone and the battery was just toast. All right, let's just go and take this for a little drive around the block, see how she performs, make sure everything's okay, then we'll pull it apart tomorrow. God, this thing sounds good. Okay, let's get this home and we'll get on to it tomorrow. God, it sounds good. This here is a little different, believe it or not. It has no speedo cable in the back. Let's have a look. So his has a big cable bolt, like clips straight in the back of the cluster there. This has nothing, so it must, I know, read off the electrical signals, which is a bit weird for a 1992 car. So that was pointless, pulling that off. We need to remove the ignition. They've got like blind bolts that hold it together. They're called shear bolts. It's these buggers right here. Okay, they got no, so they're blanked off underneath, they're blind, there's nothing there on the bottom. And on the top here, there's no way of connecting to them to turn them and unlock it all, because that's what's holding the ignition on. Okay, so I'm going to go get my grinder and carefully grind a groove into them and see if I can undo them with a screwdriver or a punch. We have 4 bolts for the steering to take down. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, and voila, that should drop off now. There we go. Cool. So we have got the cluster out, the dash speedo cluster, but that doesn't work because it doesn't have a cable. It all runs off wiring. Got the radio. Now we've got the ignition. I've got to start it up and put it back into its resting place until we need to do stuff on it again. So let's back it in. It's a bit dangly down there. I've got the barrel hanging around my leg. All right, this is weird. Backing in a car with nothing attached. Lastly, I need to just check which key is which. Okay, so that's got to go with the car. Because this car has had a different doors put on it, the red doors obviously, we need the keys to get into the car and the key to start the car. So I'm going to send this key off to NZ with the parts. And the other key will stay here so I can still access the car. Well, there we go. We've got all the goodies: stereo, main window switch, ignition barrel with the key. We'll go and put them in a suitcase for his mate to pick them up, and hopefully he'll have them by February to install in his Mazda Eunos Mx3 30X, whatever you want to call it, in NZ. Ciao!